8 theories that will make you question your reality. Humans are used to taking everything around them for granted. They tend to perceive the reality the way it is without thinking much if it really exists, and isn't it a simulation that we all are living in? However, there is a bunch of scientists and philosophers who dare to doubt the existence of everything around us and try to change people's common perception of reality. Smart is the New Sexy collected 8 mind-blowing theories that will make you question everything around you. White holes. We've all heard of black holes, which are when a star dies and then generates energy. A hole that sucks in all matter and light that cannot escape. But have you heard about white holes? White holes, put simply, are the opposite to the black hole theory. They spit out what the black holes suck in. Regarding our understanding of Albert Einstein's general relativity theory, a white hole is a hypothetical region of space-time which cannot be entered from the outside, although matter and light can escape from it. In this sense, it is the reverse of a black hole, which can only be entered from the outside. White holes are completely a theoretical mathematical concept, but if they are the opposite of black holes, are white holes the birth of a star? Probably this is just another interesting idea put forth by physicists, but white holes might help explain the birth of the universe. The Fermi Paradox. The Fermi Paradox is an argument originally made by physicists Enrico Fermi and Michael H. Hart, who presented an apparent contradiction between how many alien civilizations are thought to be out there and our lack of evidence for their existence. One of the solutions to this paradox says that extraterrestrials have the potential to be dangerous. So rather than move around the galaxy in spaceships and hope that everyone's super friendly, ETIs may have collectively and independently decided to stay the hell at home and not draw attention to themselves. And why not? It would be perfectly reasonable to conclude, especially in light of the Fermi Paradox, that the cosmos is filled with perils. Whether it be an imperialistic or a wave of berserker probes set to sterilize everything in its way. And to ensure that nobody bothers them, advanced ETIs can set up a perimeter of Sandberg probes, self-replicating policing probes, to make sure that nobody gets in. Big Freeze. Big Freeze is the theory of the final state that our universe is heading toward. The universe has a limited supply of energy. According to this theory, when that energy finally runs out, the universe will devolve into a frozen state. Heat energy produced by the motion of the particles, heat loss, a natural law of the universe, means that eventually this particle motion will slow down and, presumably, one day everything will stop. Retroactive precognition. In January of 2011, Dr. Daryl J. Bem of Cornell University wrote a controversial paper called Feeling the Future: Experimental Evidence for Anomalous Retroactive Influences on Cognition and Affect, in which he described a series of experiments he conducted seeking to prove precognition. More specifically, Bem presented evidence that future events can affect present cognition. Working off the premise that there are anomalous processes of information or energy transfer that are currently unexplained in terms of known physical or biological mechanisms, Bem tested 1,000 college students for their ability to correctly intuit random information. In one study, Bem conducted a reverse memory test, having his subjects categorize random words that they would later commit to memory. Bem's results show that the students were more likely to recall words in the present if they later memorized them. The brain in a vat. The brain in a vat is a question discussed by thinkers and scientists who, like most people, believe that humans' understanding of reality depends solely on his subjective feelings. So, what is the debate? Imagine that you are just a brain in a vat that is run by aliens or mad scientists. How would you know? And can you truly deny the possibility that this is your reality? This is a modern interpretation of solipsism theory. This experiment leads to the same conclusion: we cannot confirm the actual existence of anything except our consciousness. If this seems to sound reminiscent of the movie The Matrix, it is only because this idea was part of the very basis of the story. Unfortunately, in reality, we have no red pills. The multiverse theory. Everyone has at least once heard of the multiverse, or parallel universes. As many of us have seen, parallel worlds, in theory, are worlds very similar to ours, with little, or in some cases large, changes or differences. The multiverse theory speculates that there could exist an infinite number of those alternate realities. What's the point? In a parallel reality, you have already killed the dinosaurs, and you are lying under the ground at a depth of 8 feet, because that's what happened there. In the other, you might be a powerful dictator. In another, you might never have even been born since your parents never met. Dark matter creates its own parallel universe. Cosmologists are saying they may have discovered a second type of dark matter that is not diffuse and can interact with itself. The effects of this have been detected by Christoph Venneger, a physicist at the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, who caught strange levels of radiation at the center of the galaxy. He believes it is the signal of invisible dark matter becoming something visible. Now, cosmologists may be forced to adopt a strange view of something that was strange to begin with. Dark matter may be just as diverse as regular matter. According to some scientists, this means there could be dark stars orbited by dark planets that could theoretically harbor dark life. False vacuum universe theory. The false vacuum universe theory suggests that our own universe is actually in a false phase state as part of a much larger universe, meaning that our own universe and everything we know is temporary and unstable. This idea of the false vacuum that we are in, theorists claim will eventually pop into the much larger universe, or the normal state, meaning everything we know in our visible universe will cease to exist almost immediately, without warning. So no need to mark your calendar. Some theorists are using this hypothesis to explain the beginning and end to the Big Bang. Using this simple analogy to simplify it if you don't get it, the universe is like in a car with questionable tires on a road with tons of potholes, driving from a small rural town to the big city, where he will hope to join the other universes marching in the billion universe march. Basically, we're on our way to get to the bigger universe and can introduce the idea of higher dimensions. Which of these theories made you scratch your head twice? Why? We would be glad to hear your opinion in the comment section below. Also, remember to click subscribe to be among the smart and the sexy.